say he rock. How that sound and he still talk.
What up, everybody? This HeSaySheSay Radio coming to you live with episode 23. It is your boy Solomon.
What's up, y'all? It's Siobhan J.
It's Uncle Kel.
And I'm Shadea.
Okay, so today we got a issue that a lot of college kids are having. We want to find out first if they're going to do it or not, but our thoughts are no. And the topic of that no is, should college kids be paying full tuition if they're not even on campus, if they're just taking the classes online? Like, to me, full tuition is, the meal plan, the housing, everything that comes on campus. But if you're not there, what are you paying for it for? So how y'all feel about that?
I would say, coming from somebody who experienced almost all 4 years of college.
Almost.
Like paying that full tuition, you're paying for so many amenities, whether you use them or not. So there's like the gym, there's the union, there's like all these different ins and outs of campus.
Library, everything.
Like whether you use them or not, they're there for your resource. So if I'm not going to be able to physically be on campus, then why am I paying for it? Because at that point, that's coins that could be in my pocket or, coins that can be used in other great ways. I think it's a waste of money, but because, big establishments are selfish and don't think about the people as they say they do, it's like, well, what can we do for ourselves? If we give these people their money, then we won't have any money. But if you didn't have these students, then you wouldn't have money to start off with. You know what I mean? So they need to think about, maybe we should compromise, because if we give people their money, then it'll like help us in the long run. If people start withdrawing, there's going to be a problem.
Thanks. There's already so many people that can't afford tuition already, or they can't afford the bare minimum just to take these classes. And so I think it would take at least a little bit of pressure off of them, because when you think about those fees like transportation, parking, all of that stuff, that can rally up to a good 1,000, maybe even more than that, depending on exactly what it is. And that depends on what classification you are. If you're a freshman, you on campus and you got meal plan, things like that. So like Shadea said, if you're not going to be on campus, then why should we have to at least pay that? I get you got to pay for your classes, cool, but even that should be discounted a little bit, if you ask me.
Online classes are cheaper than in-person classes for the simple fact that you're physically in a classroom and they have to pay for the lights and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. So why are you still paying $24,000? Well,
for 15 hours or something.
My bad. $12,000 a year, and you're really not reaping all the benefits. Like, it's bogus. I'm glad I don't got to pay it, but
I'm a believer in
the greed.
Like me personally, I believe even if school is like, say for instance, school is normal. If I'm not even going to the library, I feel like
So you should pay a fee every time you go.
I feel like if I'm not going to the library, library fee or computer fee shouldn't be pretty much on my account sheet of me paying. So it's like, we damn so not finna pay if we not in school.
Right.
That's just not. It's common sense to me. It's like, why would you charge somebody for something that they're not using? It's like, it's common sense. Like, let tuition needs to pretty much be cut by some. Classes need to be cut by some. If they're online, it need to be online price.
Yeah.
Computer price.
Because you're really teaching yourself.
Right. At the end of the day, I'm using my computer power, my internet, to pretty much log into a class that's the same price as if I'm on campus. Like, no, that's not fair.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. I think I guess how they're thinking of it is...
They're not.
They're
not.
I guess they just wanted to just stay the same, just to have no issues, I guess, and going through the trouble of, this is how tuition is going to be now, because then you got to deal with students who are already on this tuition plan, and you got these incoming students or these other students who are paying like $10,000 less than what we're paying. You already know that's going to stir up some stuff, because I know I would be at the door like, why Lil Jim and all of them that's coming in class of 22, class of 21, they paying $8,000 for school, and I'm still stuck at $20,000. So Guess you got to think about that too.
I mean, I feel like it's not hard to. I'm sure they got like a checklist on. Okay, we gonna take that's a fee. That's a fee. I'm sure you can uncheck those fees and not charge people for it. It shouldn't be a super difficult issue because at the end of the day, everybody library usage fee and transportation fee and gym fee, all them fees are the same. It don't matter what student it is. The only thing that's gonna be different is class prices.
That's it.
Everything else, the fees are pretty much already adjusted. Everybody has that same fee, so it's nothing for them to take it off. But one thing about the colleges and universities, they're gonna do whatever it is to make their money and to pay their employees. So,
and is it kind of like one of those things to where it's like, okay, I don't use this and that, but you paying for it. So does that make you want to use it because you paying for it anyway?
No.
Hell yeah. On me. We have a medical fee, a clinic fee.
I went to out of all my 4 years, maybe I went to the little health and wellness 2 times.
Shit, I got hurt on purpose.
Once my freshman year and once my senior year. Literally.
Now they make you pay for that. You got to pay $20 every time you go. So it's like,
I didn't have to pay.
On top of already. See, that's the thing with some of these colleges. They'll do some stuff like that, but it's like, I thought that our tuition, I thought we were covered for these fees. Speaking on UNT specifically, you got to pay $20 to go see. you got to pay $20 to go see the doctor, and
that's
it's just like
that's just for the checkup fee.
Yeah, so it's like I might as well go see normal family practice, primary care, whoever, because you pay $20 there. So why I got to use this?
That's bad.
They just started that though. It's like you're not even paying for no medicine. It's just paying to just be seen.
And they barely help you sometimes.
This is true.
I had this little bump on my finger. I had Dr. Google. We was over there figuring it out. I walked in there and told him what was wrong. He said, "Oh yeah, you have the goddamn Grey's Anatomy right here." I figured it out myself. I'm glad I didn't have to pay no money, but still, like, they don't do their jobs. Like, oh, sorry. Let me let that go because I do have my degree.
Tell you what you already know.
Right.
So I wonder, do y'all think that with classes being online now, does that defeat the purpose of a college experience? I've seen a lot of people talking about that.
Yeah, you don't get it.
It does, because I mean, I can be in Barbados and take a class there. Just have to log in on a different time frame, but at the same time, it's like everybody know you can cheat on a computer. So it's like you're not even super engaged in the class. You don't know what's going on. You aren't interacting with people because I mean, 9 times or a lot of us really the main reason why we used to love college is because of the experiences we had. Like damn the classes, that's a given. Like we know we're going to college to learn, right? That's a given. But at the same time, it's like I met some of my best friends in the world. I met through college, right? And so the connections I made,
going to
networking, different events, like I learned a lot about myself just in college. And so, I mean, I feel like a lot of people aren't really going to be able to say the same thing like 4 or 5 years from now. So that's
because they went to college in their home.
Right. We went to college and
their parents' house at that.
And you not even really fully grown as a person at your 21 versus me at my 21. I learned a lot of stuff from my mistakes that I made in college versus you pretty much was in that same mindset because you really wasn't challenged like we were.
You never got that freedom to, like you said, make those mistakes and learn from them.
I feel like if I was this person and classes were like strictly gonna go online, depending on what happens next here, there's so many other schools that are cheaper that you can do some of these classes from. So I feel like this might stimulate people to start going to some of these junior colleges or community colleges to do this stuff. Because it's like, what's the point of me going to UNT, going to SMU, going to TCU, all this stuff to take these basic classes when they online anyway?
Right.
I ain't even gonna see nobody. So
it'll count towards the university. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I went to UNT because I needed to get away from the environment I was in. So I mean, some people need to get away. They like, I don't care if I shit online. We finna move, you know, which is fine. But I mean, if you really trying to save money, community college offer the same exact classes that these universities offer for a lot cheaper, like $200 a class, you know, and you can really take those, get ahead. get your basics out the way, and then transition into the university. 2 years.
I did community college. It's actually 177.
He knows exactly.
177.
Yeah, like somebody was just telling me their 2 classes at UNT was going to be maybe $2,600. They went to community college, $500 for 2 classes. Of course, I'm going to save them. Total.
Mine was like
Total.
2,300 something. My FAFSA ain't even cover all of that for a minute. So I'm like, wait, what? This too expensive for a class.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I don't know, bro. It's a sticky situation. Like I said, me personally, I went because I needed to be free.
Get the fuck.
So yeah. It's
It's
about
a
that
great
freedom.
experience going to college.
Yeah, bro. Like
Yeah,
that's gonna be most people pivotal point in their life.
Oh,
like their
yeah.
college experience.
Some of
bro.
my stellar moments happened
Right. Some of them the
those
best.
college days. I mean, the stories I'm going to tell my kids.
I'm
Don't tell them.
I'm gonna exaggerate.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, son. I was president's list like 3 years in a row. Like for real.
Yeah, they ain't got it online where you can check because they got rid of it. But
They got rid of it back in my day.
I lost all the files to it.
Oh.
But just to switch it up just a little bit, we got these different businesses and companies that are, supporting black people, black lives and stuff like that. But I don't know if they're really supporting us because that's what they want to do and they feel like it's right, or just to save their face. A lot of times you have people that, make a lot of money. So in order to keep making a lot of money, they'll basically say and do whatever it is that they need to do in order to keep the money coming in instead of, not or risking losing what they have. So do y'all feel like a lot of these businesses and companies that are out here, supporting black lives and, standing on black lives, do they really care or do they just want to keep their pockets fat?
I think some do and some don't. Some are trying a little too hard. For example, Pretty Little Things.
What they doing?
They had posted.
I've been shopping.
They had posted when the Black Lives Matter, or when it resurfaced in 2020 with the.
George Floyd.
They put this. They put this like white hand, or it was more so their skin color, with a black hand, like black, not even brown, black, like the color of your pants. Hand, like holding hands. We said, or for the black community, it's like that's not even our skin color. You was trying to make a point with Black Lives Matter, but your marketing team didn't do a good job at that. So it's like, okay, you wanted to show that you cared, but you moved a little too fast. You didn't think about how that was gonna impact.
Keep the plan.
So some people care. Some people don't. Like yesterday was the blackout day. I was going to shop online. Sorry. The company said, due to it being blackout, we want you to support black businesses. You can shop it with us another day. And I did make my purchase today. However, I think that's great. I've seen a few companies do that. People had posted it. So those companies, maybe they really do care. But the ones...
Like, shit, we risking...
Yeah, you're losing money. You're telling people, go shop with somebody else. Okay, at that point, you gotta care.
Yeah.
Because these are companies that make money, like money,
Did that, though?
Well, I was on DSW, and then I had seen, it was some big, I forget, but it was some that people know of, And so I'm sure other companies did it too. So the people if you're willing to lose money, you gotta care.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Right. It's been some people what I look at is, okay, a lot of these companies have said something. Almost all companies have put out some form of fashion statement. But like Shadea said, there are some that actually took the extra step to introduce some of these black-owned businesses or even share some kind of awareness to their customers, as opposed to some people saying, we are really trying hard, or we support the movement that's going on. And it's just like
A little post.
little fine print of Black Lives Matter, cool, just to kind of clear the name.
Some BS.
Yeah, and then it's some that really haven't said anything because they just, I mean,
probably don't know what to say.
they don't know what to say.
Yeah,
They don't
sad,
care,
boy.
or they're just like, I don't have to say anything. We stand, you know. So I feel like there are a lot of companies that could be doing more, and by more I mean some of these companies could be, for say, giving back, you know, volunteering, getting into these communities, helping some of these Black and brown communities, or just something like that, you know. Let it be known that you're actually putting your best foot forward, especially some of these shoe stores and clothing stores and things like that.
It was Vans. Sorry, not to
Okay.
cut you off.
There we go. We found it. But they could be doing so much more because you are a multi-million-dollar company. A lot of these companies, it's not that hard to, you know, give back, you know, and serve. So that's what.
I mean, I feel like the way I see it is I kind of dive deeper into it to see who actually represent or want to advocate for what's going on, because you can even look like in a corporate America. So a lot of these big companies, they don't even have Black people in their prestigious levels of job roles. Yeah. And it's very like pretty much you can easily see like discrimination going on at the corporate level. And then it's like y'all want to portray a message about, okay, we advocate for what y'all stand for, but y'all not even advocating for what we stand for internally. So then it becomes a problem. Okay, that's the people that just want to say something just not to receive that backlash from the community, and then that'll end up, you know, hurting their money, hurting their pretty much their revenue that they're making for that quarter, because a lot of places believe that if we stand for pretty much the Black Lives Matter movement, then that could pretty much potentially increase our sales, because it'll allow the Black community to pretty much gauge towards what we stand for, and gauge as if we pretty much symbolize what a Black company or a Black person would pretty much focus on as far as what this company has to offer. So.
Right.
I see way beyond the stuff that's a lot of companies are posting, because it's like, y'all niggas never even advocated for us in the first place.
Yeah, and I think it's a force. Like, I love how Black people are now in the executive positions, but you wouldn't be doing this if this weren't the case.
Exactly.
You've been bullied to do this. You know what I mean? And so it's like, at this point, you want to look good, but we know the motive.
Right. Y'all hardly even hire minorities in the first place, or any Black person. But y'all want to pretty much say, yeah, Black Lives Matter, we stand with y'all, but y'all not doing shit. Like, it's easy to make a post on y'all website saying Black Lives Matter. Anybody can do that shit. I can do that. Like, I can just create a flyer saying we stand with y'all, but nigga, we y'all doing the same shit. Like, nobody's pretty much taking action in the community. Nobody's donating to any type of Black Lives Matter campaigns. So it's like,
Black
okay, what good are you now? You're only somebody that's speaking about something, but that's not having no type of impact in the community. So,
But then again, honestly, a lot of the times, I kind of blame Black people for that, because a lot of times us Black people, we're so like we see, okay, like you said, like a little small banner. A lot of us be like, okay, they're supporting us. Yeah. And it's like, if that's what they have to do in order for people to go, you know, cheer and stuff like that, it's like, okay, that's all we're gonna do.
We set the barrier.
Yeah, it's like a lot of the times we want more, but if we see something that, okay, we good, it's good enough, it's just like, all right.
Like
cool.
when they were shaking hands, them cops.
Yeah, like, that was.
Kiki Mama said, that's not enough. That's not enough.
It's not enough.
Because
Like,
it wasn't.
You have to be forceful in what you want, and because you know they can give more. Like,
right.
You know, multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar companies, like. But like you said earlier, Brittany, about a lot of people not saying anything, because I think, now that I'm thinking about it a little deeper, I think a lot of companies that are not Black owned probably won't say nothing, because if they do, it's like, yeah, okay, we'll get the Black people on our side,
but we'll lose
our own. So if we losing our own, who got more of the revenue? They do. So it's like, we don't want to lose that just to get a little bit of this. So
they're gonna shop here anyway.
Yeah.
Just like some of these designer places, they're gonna be here anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Just how some people get away with some of that stuff.
And it's gonna hurt a lot of my Black people, but I'm gonna have to say it. One thing that Black people do a lot is that, first of all, we're not educated for nothing. Because we accept so much, and we accept the smallest things in the world rather than having people to pretty much be accountable for the actions that they take. If they say, like, people I see people on social media all the time, we need to be reimbursed. We need pretty much money for the things that we went through. No, the hell we don't. We don't want none of y'all money. We need other things pretty much. We just want to feel like how y'all feel. In certain communities, a police officer could pretty much apprehend a white person, and they get accused. Oh, he just had a lot of drinks. He just had a lot of drink that day. That's why he did that to this white person. But in another community, in the black community, the police could do the same thing, and they'll be like, "Well, the black person should have never." The black person, like, no, we need that, and that's the issue that we're dealing with today. So we don't need money for what's going on out there, because at the end of the day, then they can be like, "Okay, shit, get them money. We gonna keep getting their ass though." And so that's what it boiled down to. Like, okay, if we give them this, we can keep doing it. They can be so focused on this, we will give them ownership of these retail stores by 40%.
Give them 40 acres.
And it's gonna increase their assets by 20%. I'm like, okay, bet we'll take it. Because we focus on the little things, and then they'll bribe us with that, and then pretty much continue to hurt our community. And then we wonder why we never pretty much get what we need. It's because we accept the small things that they offer us. Like, fuck that. We need people to be held accountable for their actions.
Respect. And
Justice is just the start. That's not the end goal.
Right.
I think that's why I'm so proud of how far this movement has been carrying on. Because it's still protests and everything going on today. Because I've noticed that back then, yeah, we protested, and yeah, not so much back then, but like a couple years ago or so. Yeah, we protested and we did what we had to do, but then things died down, and it's like everybody kind of forgot. But I feel like in this instant, with things being so clear and so in front of our faces and so explicit, I like the fact that people are continuing to push the matter, because it has to keep going on until things are settled, whether that's 10 more years, whether that's another year, whether that's 50 more years, and we got to pass it on to our kids. I feel like the power and the movement needs to continue to keep going. That's the only way change will come, with that and with action. And then, like Solomon said, starting in our mindsets, we have to want more. We have to stand for something and not fall for the bare minimum of what they're going to. Oh, well then that's enough. At least they did something. Nah, the overall thing, this is what frustrates me so much, is because the overall picture, the overall thing when it comes to police brutality, discrimination, racism, all of that is let me clear my thought. The overall thing is just to be equal. That's all we are gunning for. And I feel like, for me, it's so simple. People may say it's complicated because it's so simple. Because it starts in the heart. That's why it's so simple. Yeah. It starts in the heart. It doesn't take money. It doesn't take it doesn't take marketing. It doesn't take all these different things, all these different planning. It starts in the heart. It starts with what you teach your kids. It starts with what you teach yourself. It starts with who you're around. It starts with how you educate yourself. It's that simple. The thing is, we have so much ignorancy, and we have so much obliviousness going on in the world, that now we have these issues to where cops aren't getting thrown in jail for things that we see clear as day, murders that we see clear as day. It's just so much confusion. It's just like, why isn't it just as simple as this person killed this black man? That's a charge.
Yeah, simple. You
said this to this person, which was racially offensive. All right, that's a problem. Yeah. You know, like, it's that simple. But for some reason, we just can't get to that point. So the fight must go on. It has to. For real. Because
it should never be a moment where somebody commits a crime or commits an act, and we have to decide and debate, okay, well, was it really? No. Like, if a white man or if any man put his knee on the neck of somebody else and kill him, you murdered that man. At the end of the day, it doesn't even matter. Like, this is basic human decency that we're talking about here. Like, it's basic human shit. Like, you can't do some of the stuff that y'all doing. Okay, if you commit a racial slur to somebody and then offended them, you're in the wrong because he's offended by something that you said. Maybe you feel like it wasn't, offensive to say, but at the same time, you hurt the heart of another human. You should reap consequences for what you sown into this person now.
Right.
It's basic stuff like that. It should never be a debate where somebody does something and we have to pretty much argue within ourselves and with other people in the community. Okay, was it really that or was it not?
Especially when the evidence is clear.
Right. And that just shows that our system is so screwed to where we have to even debate that in our head.
Facts.
Like, nah.
One thing I can say I'm proud of is I have been seeing a lot of, in terms of companies, like we were talking about, I am proud to see that a lot of people are starting to put out this creative content for Black Lives Matter or for, just the Black community in general. I know I saw Nike put out something, and I know that they were a part of when Kaepernick took his knee and they were part of his movement. So
shout out to Nike.
I seen something from Nike there that was showing on television, and I'm a basic cable watcher, so I see all this stuff. So I think that's very inspirational to see that. I know P&G has a lot of advertisements, things that are hitting on different topics, such as Black parents having to have a talk with their kids when they step outside, or when they get pulled over, these are the things you need to do, or when you're driving in a car, or even just the emotion of Black parents having to wonder if their child is going to come back home. I'm starting to see things like that. And I'm also starting to see things such as discrimination. I've seen a commercial that was a Black man. He dressed regular, our style. We like to just very urban attire.
Culture,
He was dressed like that. He went to, restaurants or public areas, whatever, and people would look at him sideways, or they would look at him as if he's inferior or something. They'd be inferior of him because he's a Black man. And then come to fact that he was a judge of the court or some higher up judge. That was his profession. But in his personal life, this is how he dressed, this is how he spent time with his family, things like that. And so the advertisement was saying we need to have these discussions about racial bias and racial discrimination. So I'm starting to see a lot of stuff like that. And I never really seen that much advertisement before. But you can see that things are starting to change and things are starting to be brought to people's attention. And I think that's a good thing. Let's start.
Just kind of like, just to finish off the topic a little bit, I was thinking something, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but I feel like, it's way more, and I'm focusing on like the younger generation, it's so much more that we should be talking to them about and teaching them about, about the real world and, what's going to be this and what's going to be that, than to be telling them, hey, like, you got to watch out because, white people do this or some white people do this, and just because you're Black, you have to, look out for yourself in this situation right here. It's like, I feel like it's so much more stuff that we should be teaching them and kind of like moving them towards than to be telling them about racism. Like, I know racism has been here for years and years and years, but it's like, come on, we kind of tired of it. And with them not seeing it, it's really like sad because when you really think about it, you killing somebody that could kill you. Like, you gonna kill a Black man when this Black man can kill you. So at that point, how are we not equal? Yeah. That's how I'm looking at it. It's like, you gotta understand that at the end of the day, the same thing that you can do, I can do it too. So if because it seems like their focus is on we're not equal. But how? How are we not equal? Right. If you can throw this ball, I can throw this ball just like that. Or if you can drive this car, I can drive this car just like that. So at some point in time, like you said, it's simple. It's super simple. But we've been handicapped by the norm.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's just something that I kind of been like sitting over here like pondering about. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's not that hard. It's not that hard at all. But just on some juicier, weird, whatever the hell y'all want to call it, this open relationship that we've came to see within the last week or so.
Yeah, not the last one.
With Will Smith, Jada Smith, and August Alsina.
You hate to see
I
it.
would have never thought of that.
I mean, I want to say it was maybe like a year or so ago where it was kind of like a rumor that he was
heard the rumor,
with her or doing whatever she was cheating. I don't know. But now he's in an interview basically saying like, yeah, Will Smith gave me his blessing to, with Jada.
Look how people come out with this.
That don't even make
What
sense.
pushed him
Yeah, like, is it for publicity or is this the real shit that we live in?
I mean, he had dropped some music and then the interview did come out.
Oh,
But I don't think it was
He dropped a new album. Yes.
I don't think it was a publicity. Now, if it was a smart move.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not something you just come out with, I feel like. I feel like that's something you pondered on for a little bit. And he said he wanted to clear his name or whatever. So, like, maybe people had started saying some bad stuff about him. So, okay, you know what? I've been sitting on this and I try to remain, humble and quiet. But this is my time to shine. However,
So y'all think it's
wouldn't catch me in one.
beneficial if you're in a marriage
No way.
and both of you agree to see other people but still be in that marriage? Do you think it's a beneficial thing or do you think it's harmful?
If you want to cheat, just leave and cheat. It's no point in saying, okay, we're going to see other people. Obviously, something is not there and the connection is not there anymore. All right, so move on to your separate ways. And let's save ourselves from heartache and pain because one person is going to feel away, I'm sure. No matter how much you say, you go do your thing, I'm going to do my thing. One person is not going to do their thing and going to expect you to come back. And when you come back, you be like, okay, so let me tell you what I did. You're going to be hurt. Right.
I seen a movie about that too.
Mm-hmm. You wouldn't catch me in an open relationship. I'm just going to put that out there right there. Okay?
I mean, to me,
I'm selfish.
if it ever come a point in time in somebody's marriage to where they kind of want to be like that, y'all should never even got married in the first place.
And that's it.
Because when y'all took y'all vows, y'all told God that y'all is pretty
One.
much, for better for worse,
The union.
Richer for poor.
right, together and nobody else.
Point blank.
Y'all told that to God, so now y'all lying.
Ooh-wee.
You broke it.
and y'all pretty much told him a lie. So now y'all got bigger issues. And it should never even get to a point where this world is normalizing open marriages like that. Like that's not.
But to be honest with you, the way that this world is going, normalizing open marriages, that's not. I mean, that's just what it is. Like, I mean, it's so much stuff these days that 20 years ago we'd be like, ain't no way in hell.
Mm-hmm.
But
They would have shut you
everything's
down.
just changing now, and it's like I'm not agreeing with it, but it's just what it is.
Like, it's not surprising.
Yeah, it's like not surprising. Like,
but I mean, hey, me personally, I'm not gonna be of this world. Whatever the world is doing and whatever they pretty much telling everybody it's okay to do, I'm gonna do the opposite. Because I know where I'm trying to go, and I know where you is gonna end up going if you keep practicing your stanky behavior.
Giving your soul.
Now in your date life, do whatever y'all want because y'all ain't really made no serious commitment. You probably have, but
I think it can be harmful simply because it might not be harmful for the marriage, but I feel like it'll be harmful for the people that's on the side. Like August Alsina, I feel like he is probably hurt. He probably hurt.
yeah.
Because in the interview, it looked like he really had some feelings for Jada. Like, it's like he was really loving that girl. Loved her.
He said no. He literally said, if I were to die today, I would know that I have.
Actually gave myself.
Yeah, so
somebody.
if you say that, shit.
He was in it. But the thing is, it's like,
Could be
you
me.
have all this love and you can't put it anywhere because this woman has a husband already. That is the ultimate, like, that's above all. You're not getting any higher than that. This is the husband. So no matter what you
the
do,
husband is the Will Smith.
He's just not even the regular.
He's not just some guy
straight
walking
on
the
the
street.
street, Will Smith. Like this man he's up there. He's up there. So no matter how much love you give, how much emotion y'all express, you will never have this man's spot. And that hurts. That hurts.
And I like the, well, my thing is, even if he was going to pursue Jada, August Alsina, if he was going to pursue Jada, cool. But don't do it while she's married. Because at the end of the day, if I'm married and a girl wants to pursue me, because I'm telling her, hey, me and my wife, we ain't really, whatever, but I'm going to pursue you. At any time, I can go right here. Mm-hmm. And it's legal still. Like, it's still on paper. So, you really, what you going to do? What can you say? Nothing. So I feel like he should have, if that was going to happen, if this is even real, because I'm still trying to figure out if this publicity stunt or what the hell is this?
Jada said she was going to bring herself onto the red table.
Yeah, but she needs to bring her ass right here. I need to know what is going on, why it went on, and what is this going to be?
As a man, as Will Smith,
he got to talk.
Yeah. You got to
talk.
Will Smith too, because he said Will Smith gave him the okay.
The blessing.
Because Will Smith is doing the same thing.
Then,
we got to think about that
too. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. So then it comes to
doing the same thing.
It comes to, okay, how do you feel about Jada now?
His partners.
Or, I don't know, y'all just in a crazy little
triangle
relationship. Y'all got kids now, and they old enough to know what's going on, and they looking at y'all,
That's
what the
weird.
hell?
They probably not. They
probably
got
doing
weird
the same
kids,
thing.
so they probably like.
Ain't wrapped too tight themselves. So,
I mean, because did y'all see that? Apparently, Willow had wrote Tupac this letter when she was a kid, talking about like, mind you, she had never met him. She has never met him. Like, and the letter was like, if you're still alive, could you please come back? Because my mom was really in love with you, and you can come save me and her.
They got demons.
Okay, yeah.
And people like,
Let's pray.
people like, how do you write this letter? You never met this man before because he died before she was even born. Like, Willow was born in like 2000 something.
Right. Did mom talk to you about him or something? And then you got the idea?
He's my spirit animal.
I can see that too. No, but I remember hearing about this like maybe even a couple years ago that both of them had decided to start seeing other people, because I know something had came out about Will seeing some lady. I don't really know what her.
The woman from Hitch.
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he started actually messing with her?
Huh?
He started actually messing with her?
That's what they were saying.
I believe so. It's all up in there.
You would think, because hey,
But I just think it's
Okay.
like Solomon said, it defeats the purpose.
The character
And then it's
development
like,
was there.
now we wonder why marriage isn't held to such a high.
You need to stop
standard
having
now.
relationship goals and create your own.
That.
Oh!
That.
There it is.
Take it off your shoulder.
Right.
Drop
Looking at
smite.
vacations and then get mad at your boyfriend because y'all not going on.
Right. For better or for worse. If not, then you need to. If you know that you're a type of person that can't stay down for someone, or because I heard somebody say the problem with this young generation is they don't want to work for their marriages. They don't want to work in their relationships. They don't want to work. To some extent, there is some truth.
To some right, because some stuff is not worth working for. Like
You're right. Cheating. I know you was gonna go there. Cheating, and see, I'm gonna put my phone down. See, some people say, "Oh, I made a mistake." Ain't no way in hell you made a mistake by cheating. That's not a mistake. That is something you're knowingly doing. That's something you done, and you know you was doing it.
you might feel bad, but you thought about it.
Yeah, you. That's not a mistake. A mistake is drop the phone.
But if you cheat,
That's not a mistake.
I'll sit.
Don't justify it.
Somebody, I want to hear.
No, I was just.
Come on.
I was thinking like, say for instance, you have a fall, right? You cheat. The way that you feel about it after you cheat should determine the
outcome.
Not even the outcome, pretty much the state of the relationship, right? So say for instance,
So
you
if
cheat.
you feel bad,
If you feel bad about what you're doing, it means that okay, you could actually be changed. But if you don't feel bad about your fall, that means you can't even be converted. So now, what's inside you?
Solomon, just stop.
I'm trying to pull this.
No. It's some sense into it.
Yeah,
Bring that
Mold it around, Kelvin.
this wraps up our show.
Hold it
We
around.
hope y'all love it.
bring it on around. Because you're not making no type of
Wrap it up.
Okay, I'll
Come
say
on, help me
this.
out.
I'll say this.
Please.
I hear you.
So let's say, a relationship, a woman and a man. I feel like if a woman cheats on a man or if a man cheats on a woman, and the opposite, whoever didn't do the cheating, takes that person back, I don't feel like if they do it again, you should let them go. Because you took it once, you can take it 2, 3 more.
No.
I mean, because look
You
look at it
open
like
that
this.
door to.
Yeah, you open the door to let them know, like, okay, I
You
forgive
did
you.
take a risk.
But that's why I said a while ago,
Take a risk.
cheating is not a mistake. Cheating is something that you do, and you know you did it. So at
It's
that point, you have to be held accountable for your actions. So if I cheat and you let me back in the door, if I cheat again, you better keep letting me back. Because at this point, you done told me.
No, that's not.
Yes,
Because
I agree.
Yeah. Because look,
Where MJ at?
because at the same, because this is why you got to think about it like that.
no.
I don't know about that.
You should not let me do something that was not a mistake, that was done on purpose, and let me do it again. Or put me in a position to be able to do it again. That's what I'm saying. So if you with a guy and he cheats on you, that should be the end of that if that's really how you feel. Don't
So
let
in
him back
general,
in the
it
door.
should be a dead. You cheat, we done. But
Right.
the problem is people don't do that.
See,
So,
I feel like fighting for relationships is stuff, that's not cheating. Like, whatever arguments y'all have on the daily.
The vibe ain't
yeah,
there.
that's worth arguing about.
If the vibe
But
ain't there,
don't
then
cheat
People be
and
ready
let
to
them
go.
back in, and then when he cheat again, you let him go. No, because you created that.
No.
Yes. You
No.
did. You did.
But at the same time, it should be on the guy to be like,
I'm going to be different. I'm going to change.
kinda. I forgot what I was trying to say.
Right, because you about to say some bullshit.
Nah. It was finna be some good stuff. though.
Because just coming straight from the heart on it, I feel like if you cheat on somebody, that it's not gonna be the same. Like,
That trust is gone.
It's
Right.
gonna take
it's,
a
yeah. So
while.
why are we even trying to, do something that we know is not there anymore?
I feel like that you said that things won't change. I've seen it change before. It just takes it takes some work. It takes some trust rebuilding.
Pressure has to be applied.
Yes, it definitely takes more boundaries, more communication. It takes a lot.
So
Because
go ahead.
it takes a lot because as a female, a guy cheat on you, you take him back. Okay, you take him back out of what? Because you love this person. This is somebody that you see yourself with. Just the common.
Camera.
You see yourself
in the
with this
goddamn
person. Whatever. Because there's so many people that have done it before I've seen it. But at the same time, like you're saying, technically it should be a done deal because if you cheat, that's a wrap. You done broke the relationship.
Y'all believe in once a cheater, always a cheater?
As far as that particular relationship, or just
I don't
that
think it's
person?
Just
period?
in that
Once a
person
cheater,
period.
always a cheater. I don't think so.
Nope. I don't look at it like that because, when you cheat on somebody, there's a reason you're cheating on that person. Not saying that person gave you a reason, but you found a reason within that person to cheat on them. So at
You
that
wanted
point,
to explore something.
yeah, you wanted to find something else.
Somebody else gave you that validation that the other person couldn't give
Correct.
you.
So I feel like it's in that situation. Like, if I'm girlfriend number 1, I cheat on her. That doesn't mean I'm going to cheat on girlfriend number 2 or number 3 or whatever. the case
Okay,
is.
so question. So let's say somebody cheats on girlfriend number 1 and the other person, not knowing that person in a relationship, that person gets with that person. Should that person found out, cool, they got a relationship.
You mean the side
No,
chick?
yeah. So the person gets with the side chick. Is that like I knew you was a cheater, you cheated on somebody else to be with.
I'm 50-50
You know what I
with
mean?
that. I'm 50-50 with that because some people say
Right.
Yeah, some people say
That's
the
how I
same
be
way you
thinking
get
about
them is
shit.
the same way you lose them.
Right. Because that be
But
75%.
That's my 50%. The other 50% is, let's say you and girlfriend number 1 over here, but let's say girlfriend number 2 is your soulmate. But
That's the other thing.
like you said earlier, if you're gonna cheat, just leave them and go over here. Some people don't have the balls to do it. So what they do is they come over here and they, play with this because they know this what they want, but they don't really want,
to let that go.
let this go over here because it's still something there. It's not much because of course you're over here, but I feel like just because you cheat on number 1 with number 2 doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna cheat on number 2, or number 2 shouldn't even really think 100% that you're gonna cheat on her, because I've seen it to where I've seen it to where you cheat on who you're with this person over here, and this is who you be with for the rest of your life. So it's kind of 50-50, but I mean, don't be surprised, I guess you can say, if you're cheating with that person that has a significant other and then they do the same with you. I wouldn't be surprised.
Right.
But I don't think it's an automatic that,
It'll happen.
was cheating with me on her, so no, I don't think that's
It depends if that man or woman is willing to change their ways and know that, all right, this was a big mistake that I made and I really hurt this person. Now that I'm in a different situation, I'm not going to do that again.
But most people, I don't think is, what's the word? I don't think they're hurt because they know they shouldn't have cheated. I think they hurt because they got caught cheating.
This is true.
That's it. That is it.
And for the ending.
But nah, this wraps up our show. We hope you guys loved it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Show some love on our Twitter at HeSaySheSay Radio. HeSaySheSay Crew on Twitter. On Instagram, HeSaySheSay Radio. We love you all. Thank you all for our support and peace.
Bye.
We got London on the train. They be like, ooh, ooh, she say, he say, he rock. How that sound in